Studies have found mould, more than any other allergen, including dust mites or cats, may be responsible for triggering severe asthma. Toxic mould litigation has long been commonplace in the United States and is in its infancy here in Australia, which could cost us millions. Surgeons in New South Wales hospitals are being forced to cancel operations because of leaky operating theatres, broken air conditioning and unsafe working conditions. Airborne respiratory pathogens and diseases are numerous and dangerous. Controlling the quality of your air is critical in preventing irritants and protecting your health. Improve your well-being now and join the Airganix family in protecting your home and family. Airganix presents to you the very first release in the world, a revolutionary air purifier, Vital of Sweden. It's the first of its kind in the world, combining style and air purification. Raise the quality of life and your stature today with Airganix.
Hello everyone and welcome to TVSN. I'm Karen Ledbury. Sit back and enjoy the next 60 minutes. We have the exclusive worldwide launch of a Swedish product that is literally going to change the way you live and the way you look at your family. This is one of the most exciting products I've been able to have participate in because of the fact that it is so dynamic in the results that we deliver. Now we think about eating, we think about exercise to create that healthier looking and feeling us, to get the energy, to get the vitality. But when was the last time that you had your indoor air quality tested? Let me tell you that our outdoor quality of air is better than our indoor quality. In fact, on the 26th of May with the Australian newspaper, they launched statistics showing that our indoor air quality is up to 20 times worse than that of which we breathe outside. So take a good look. Are you suffering from colds and flus? Do you have asthma sufferers, allergy sufferers? Are dust mites a problem for you? Dust, mould, mildew, not to mention the pollutants that come from different chemicals that we use in and around the home, and also the cooking odours and pet odours that constantly trapped inside our home. You do not want to miss out on this hour, and you don't want to miss out on the product. We haven't seen the Airganix technology for around about 8 weeks now. You don't want to miss a beat, because this is going to change your feeling, your well-being, and it's going to really make a difference to the rest of your family. So take the investment today, grab the item numbers when we give them, and listen to the mind-blowing statistics that you'll hear right throughout the hour. Joining me throughout this show is Rick, who again is launching the worldwide release. Rick, this is so exciting. The Vital is launching today.
Karen, it's just terrific. I mean, to have the privilege of being the first in the world to actually show the product, we've actually been instrumental in its design. And it came about through the success we had with the Hyper Air. There were many thousands of units shipped through TVSN over the last 12 months. And we learnt from that experience that the Australian consumer and user has come to understand there are serious problems in the home. And what we've tried to do with the Vital, and I think we've achieved it, is to take an air purifier and make it extraordinary.
Yeah.
It's a glass device designed in Sweden, constructed of glass. The metal framing around it is actually glass with an aluminium oxide. And we're extremely excited. We've had results. We're actually being tested in certain areas as we speak on what it will do inside your home. The results are actually staggering, and for me personally, this is an achievement that I just absolutely am overwhelmed with.
Now, we look at it, you talk about being Swedish design, handcrafted again, which I think is just awesome. It looks fantastic, but really when it comes down to it, it is in the technology of this that will literally blow your mind away, the difference that this makes. And again, with all of the odours and so forth, as we said, up to 20 times worse for your indoor air quality than your outdoor air quality. So if you can improve, and again, when you're using these products that can improve your well-being and you're feeling immensely. Now, I know that you guys are waiting on the phone lines, getting ready to get the item number for this. This is the worldwide launch, and I will warn you that, Rick, last time we presented a show featuring the hyperfilter technology, we sold out so quickly. This is the new and improved version. It is handcrafted from Sweden. It is a fabulous design that can be concealed in your home, that's purifying your air at the same time as looking fantastic. 42551 for the Vital of Sweden indoor purification system. It's only $499, and for as little as $99.80 on your part payments, you can get this in your home and start experiencing the difference. For me, as a pregnant mother of 2 other wonderful children, it has made a big difference to me, Rick. I use the Hyper Filter. I'm ready to go on to the Vital, but I've used the previous system that we've had before. And the biggest difference that I have noticed is that I can get up with a bang in the morning, I can go to bed at night feeling fabulous, and we've actually had the Vital running for just a few minutes here in the studio, and I can already feel that I'm breathing better, I feel better within myself, and it seems to take away a lot of the stresses because you're removing a lot of the pollutants that surrounds you. Part payment, as we mentioned before, for as little as $99.80, you can have this at home, and it is a phenomenal system that, as I said, can change the way you look at the health of your family and also the way you're currently living. 42551 is the item number. Let's talk about the technology. Let's talk about the Vital itself, because again, I've not seen anything like it on the market, and this is the world release.
There is nothing on the market that is like this technology. We went through the last 12 months with the Hyper. We talked at length about how we released ions into the air, oxygenated particles, taking particles out of the air. What we're doing here is we are in fact taking air through the system, and inside the unit there's a little glass tube which has an electrostatic charge across it. And what happens is, as the air flows through it, we actually create lots and lots and lots, and when I mean lots, we're talking hundreds of thousands of ions that in fact have various charges, positive or negative. They're released into the environment. Because of the number of charges, they actually cluster together.
Right.
Now, what happens with these oxygen ions is they're extremely volatile. As they come out into the environment, they actually break down, attack, and take out of the air particulates, pathogens, and any other undesirable things, which results in a clean air.
So in layman's terms, when we talk about some of the nasties that pollute our air, we're talking about food odours, we're talking about pet odours, we're talking about mould, mildew, smoke, if you've got a smoker in the house. And I mean, even if people are smoking outdoors and then they come indoors, you've still got that odour. If you've ever smelt a smoker when they've been outside and then they've come inside, and it doesn't matter whether they're smoking outside and then coming in, you're still exposing the rest of your family to those odours. Let's have a look at some of the nasties that we're talking about. Bacteria. Rick, this is a huge one at the moment, particularly colds, flus, rotavirus is absolutely huge at the moment. Lots of different bacteria polluting our environment. When you say before, and here's some common viruses that are around at the moment, you said before earlier on, and which I think was an outstanding statistic from the Australian, was that our indoor air quality is up to 20 times worse than that of our outdoor air quality. Mould, have a look at this. The pictures are graphic and they can be quite scary. But the truth is, this is what is going on in your home as we speak. This is what your family and yourself are exposed to on a daily basis. For a very, very small amount of money, $99.80 on your part payment or $4.99, you can have the technology, the handcrafted Swedish technology in your home that is preventing and eliminating all of these issues. So you may experience an amazing difference in your health, your well-being, but also too, we talk, ever since I have had the unit at home, and I've had it now since we've been selling it here at TVSN for around 12 months, that my kids haven't been sick. We've noticed such a difference in the vitality for each and every one of us, that I'm waking up in the morning and I'm feeling fantastic, that I do have a spring in my step. But also it's about food odours that no longer melt into our kitchen, but are actually completely gone. We used to spend a lot of money on air smelly, you know, the sprays and the plug-ins and different things that would mask the odour, but in fact, you're still getting the bacteria, aren't you?
All most of the devices that you buy in the supermarkets are really just masking agents. They're like a perfume in the air. So really, within 5 to 10 minutes, the odour is back. And odour really is just a bacteria. So if you can break the bacteria down into less harmful, odourless type smells, you're going to solve that problem. And what happens inside the home is you've got, if you get a definition, if you like, of indoor air, it's odourless, sterile, easy to breathe. And the important thing there is easy to breathe. And all through the last 12 months we talked about hundreds and hundreds of customers sending me letters talking about how the unit has helped them with a lot of their issues. Small families or families with 2 or 3 small children, 13, 15 times a year those children come down with colds, flus, they're at the doctors.
Which costs money.
Lots of money.
You must take time off work, your kids have got to take time off school. Chances are you might have to get a babysitter, or if you're off work, maybe it's going through the whole family and several of you have got it. You soon notice that it is costing your family money. This is such an affordable price. We need to give you the item number again because there are a number of people on the phone lines. 42551. $499 is the price. This is brand new. This is the worldwide launch. It is the first and only place of which you're able to grab this right now. 5-part payments of $99.80. We're now going to take a look at a little bit of vision of some people who have used this technology and how it has really changed their life. Check this out.
After hearing all the information which Rick gave over the TVSN, I thought it would help my health. And it did, because every time I catches a cold, I get asthma. And it takes, 1 or 2 weeks to get rid of it. And it did help.
I got my air purifier 6 months ago. My mum got it for me because I suffered from really bad hay fever. I was getting itchy eyes, runny nose, sneezing. And once the air purifier was put into my room, I never got any more symptoms ever again.
I got it about a year ago when we first moved into this apartment. It's a fantastic apartment, the location's awesome, but unfortunately it's on one of the busiest roads in the suburb, and there's a bus stop right out the front. So we decided it was, there was probably a little bit too many fumes coming into the house. So we decided to get the Airganix for that reason. It helped, and it clears the air, and also at night we can actually smell like the sea air coming out of the machine. In the daytime, not so noticeable. And because of that, I bought one for my son, who is a doctor, who's got a cat, and for another friend who is also a retired doctor.
Well, we first bought the Airganix about 6 months ago. We noticed that we had a lot of pet odours. We have 3 dogs, and also we had a very musty, mouldy room downstairs. So we just thought we would trial it just to see what happened, and I must say we've been extremely pleased.
I've got this one in the lounge room. I've got another smaller one which I put in my bedroom and I switched on.
We've found now that we can use a significant portion of our house that previously we weren't able to use, so we were overjoyed that our house has almost doubled in size now.
I'd highly recommend the Airganix to anyone, no matter where you live. I just think in this day and age, pollution's just so rife out there. There's so many allergies out and about. I think everyone should have the Airganix. It's so quiet, it's so easy to use, it's just on all the time, minimal amount of energy, just one unit does a 3-bedroom house. It's fantastic. It's made a huge difference to the air quality in our home, and it can do for your home as well.
Such a powerful message that each and every one of those people are sending out as well. And every single person that we heard from is experiencing something different from Airganix. But the one common story is they've all got that improved indoor air quality. people with respiratory problems, people with asthmatics, sinus, hay fever. Big thing that scared me. In fact, you scared me last time you were on the show with me, because you talked about, you know, when you fluff the curtains or you move around, you're lying in bed and those little white particles are flying all throughout the room. Dust mites and dead skin.
Dead human skin constitutes something like 80% of what's floating in the air inside your home. It's hard to imagine,
Believable.
but factual.
Let's have a look at some symptoms. A lot of people say dust mites, how do they affect them? It can be the smallest things that trigger respiratory and dermatological problems. Things like wheezing, breathlessness, runny nose. If you've constantly got a runny nose, there's obviously a reason. Itchy skin. It always happens around winter time. Why? Because we're covering ourselves with blankets that are often infested with dust mites. We're often finding that the doors and the windows are closed. We're keeping those bacteria, the dust mites, we're keeping everything indoors. You might be experiencing coughing. You might get a tight feeling in the chest. You might have an itchy nose or skin rashes. In fact, again, some of the statistics and some of the information that we've read is that a lot of skin disorders that people have often come because of the bacteria that's breeding in their own home.
Correct, yep. And I think, Karen, you've explained very clearly a lot of the problems inside the home. And what we don't realise is that inside our home, what we've done is we've closed ourselves in. Because a lot of people have said to me in the past, well, we never had these air purifiers before and we've never had a problem, and why all of a sudden is this happening? And what's changed, the way we build a home today is different to 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Energy savings, saving money on fuel, etc. We've closed ourselves in. Now, if you think about that for a minute, you've got heating systems, open fires, air conditioning,
people
heating,
coughing
cooling,
and spluttering and
that's
mold
being
and mildew.
recirculated over and over and over inside the same home.
So that's why we often feel tired, we feel lethargic.
And what's happening is it's an iron concentration in the air. These units are giving off a proportionally high number of what we call negative ions. An ion is a molecule that's gained or lost an electron in simple terms. If you've got a positive ion, the research shows it tends to make you feel lethargic, tired, drained, worn out, susceptible to catching other problems in the air. Whereas on the other hand, negative ions do the opposite. They make you feel good, which is why when you wake up in the morning in your home, you feel energetic.
Yeah.
When you're in the home all day, you feel energetic. You're taking in negative ions. And
it literally is a dramatic difference. I mean,
it's amazing.
We're not talking about waiting 6 or 8 or 10 weeks for this. Literally, you get that instant purification system. Let's have a look at the Vital. Again, we've got to give you the item number because this is literally flying out the door. Please don't let this opportunity pass you by. There are very few products in the marketplace that excite me so much that I literally want to have one of these in every one of your homes. Whether you live near the airport and you've got fuels and pollutants, whether you're on a major highway, whether you have somebody who's suffering from allergies or asthmas, I mean, literally every one of you out there can relate at some point or another in your life these sort of situations that we're talking about today. Start to get your health back on track. And I'm not just talking about eating well and exercising. I'm talking about improving the very life source that you have, which is breathing. Our skin and also our lungs, getting the air purification system that is going to work for you. And this is the worldwide launch. Again, this is the new and improved finish. It looks sleek. It's easy to assemble. We're going to talk about that in a moment. 42551, $499, 5-part payment. So for as little as $99.80 today, you can have peace of mind to know that you and your family, and more importantly, those of you who might be living at home but you've got pets around the home, what about improving their indoor air quality as well? Because we often treat our little pooches and pussycats just like family members. This is also going to help in that sort of aspect of it.
And the odours on dogs after a wet day, or they've gone in the bush, or they've come back and they smell. And we have literally hundreds of customers, like the people that we just saw in the video earlier with their dogs running around. They can't smell the dog odours anymore.
Yeah.
And to a lot of people, what is that worth to you?
Oh.
I mean, it is tremendous change
The
to your
health
life.
of your family is priceless.
Absolutely.
You cannot put a dollar value on the health of your children, on the health of yourself, on the health of your family around you, and visitors and so forth when they're coming through. And I just bring back the statistic so many times because it scared me. I thought that when I was inside, I was protected from what was going on outside. But when you think about those statistics of up to 20 times worse the indoor air quality is than your outdoor air quality, you're living in this polluted environment that we want to be able to maintain. Now let's have a look at the new Vital because it looks very, very sleek. Tell us about the new
21st
design.
century design. The design came about,
I've got to interrupt you already. I know you've only just started, but
Right.
our
What happened?
phone lines are incredibly busy, incredibly busy. Sally is watching the phone lines and she said, Kaz, I need to give a warning because we've had an influx of people to the phone lines. You've got your 30-day money-back guarantee. So if your air is not cleaner and fresher, if you're not feeling more fabulous within that 30-day period, simply return it. We want you to be totally and utterly happy with this product. We want you to feel healthier, more energetic, more alive. We want you to be able to grab this today with confidence to know that for as little as $99.80, if you're not happy, you can simply return it 42551. And the phone line's there, 132310. New customers, if you've just tuned in, you're channel surfing and you're saying, hang on a second, I need to take notice of this. I need to get this for my family. All you need to do is either jump onto the website that appears at the bottom of your screen or onto the phone line. We take major forms of credit cards, but we also take personal check and money order. If you don't own a credit card, you can still shop with us today. Rick, the new design, let's get back to it. Sorry to interrupt you, but unfortunately, because you know we've sold out before, I don't want anyone to miss out.
This really came about with the success of the Hyper. We went back to the drawing boards and wanted to visualize a new technology, a new style that you could actually put into your home that would be an attraction for visitors and anyone alike, but it also did something that was very exciting. We have a company out of Sweden that we've been representing in Australia for a few years now, and in fact we were visiting them not so long ago, and they were working with glass. And one of the concepts was we saw this glass cylinder, and how would that be if we could take the air purification technology and put it inside the glass cylinder. We would create something that was unique. So the whole basis of this was to come up with something that was 21st century design, would fit inside the home, would be an absolute showpiece. So anyone coming and visiting you is going to walk in and go, what's that?
Yeah.
We also introduced the blue light. Now the blue light that is inside this unit is a comfort light. It's a light designed, and it's been already researched to be the most comforting light that one can visually look at.
Wow.
If you look at new motor vehicles coming onto the market today, a lot of the LED displays that are on the dashboard use this blue light. It's a calming effect behind the wheel.
Let's have a look at that blue light because we're going to turn the lights off, and it does have a wonderful colour and technology. I am blown away. We've got a couple of units on here in the studio.
Oh, you can it's just wafting all around us, isn't it?
I feel phenomenal. I've been here all day here at TVSN, and I have only had a couple of hours sleep, and I feel awesome because of the technology that is allowing the indoor air quality that we're experiencing to be the best. Now, the blue light is very calming, I must say.
It is. You can actually. I've looked at it for quite a while now, and you can sit and just watch it glowing, and it's extremely calming on the eyes and feels good. And if you're sitting like we are, close like this, and you get the sensation of those ions, and they do make you feel great.
They do make you feel good. It's sort of like it's
uplifting. It's uplifting.
It is. It is. It is absolutely sensational. And you talked before about being a central piece. It could most definitely be a central piece that people will notice. But also too, if you want to have more of a concealed finish, if you want to purify the air without anybody knowing what's going on, or without interfering with any of the rest of your decor, you can put this into a spot. It's so sleek. We're talking about sophisticated Swedish design. We're talking about handcrafted Swedish design, which means that you are getting an art piece much as you are getting a purification system. I don't want to detract from the seriousness of this because purifying your air is just absolutely vital. It is something that everybody is looking at. How can we make the world a better place with the gases and toxins and so forth that rid our bodies and our planet every single day? How can you make a difference? you can make a difference to your life by being able to purify your air. 42551 is the item number. $499 is the price. 5-part payments of $99.80. There are a number of people on the phone lines. Please don't hesitate. It is all about your health, and what price would you put on your health? I'm sure you'd say, if it came down to it, that you literally wouldn't. We've got some vision to have a look at from the old system that we had before in a comparison to the new one. And there you see the complete difference, that it is certainly almost like a piece of art, that we've got it sitting beside a vase and you wouldn't even know what's going on.
You wouldn't even know what's going on.
And there it is there beside a lamp as well. The technology, as you say before, we're still using a fabulous purification technology, but in a state of the art.
It's enhanced. There's been a lot of research and study on oxygen ions, a lot of papers out on what they do for the body, what they do in places like hospitals and schools and the home. And we've taken that and we've wanted to be leading edge, if you like, or more interesting, bleeding edge, introducing a technology that was ahead of everything else. You've got ultraviolet type sterilisation, air purifiers out there, you've got the products like the Hyper, and then you move one step further into something that's spent, for us, we've put an enormous amount of time in researching how this is going to work. And I guess the result is that we believe that we are a long way ahead of anything else on the market today.
And not only, we talk about bacteria, airborne bacteria and so forth, but you've also had a huge response from people that have had quite dark, mouldy rooms. In fact, a friend of yours that had the room or the whole floor they couldn't use.
That's right, they couldn't use. They actually had renovations done, and in fact they'd planned to put the children down in 2 bedrooms with a rumpus room attached, and the mould was just so bad that they couldn't move down there. And I actually loaned them a Hyper in the early days. Amazingly, the mould is gone, the mildew's gone, and I think that's one of the issues, particularly in Sydney and Melbourne, where you've got a lot of dampness, you've got a lot of older homes, and mould and mildew is a serious concern.
Yeah.
So being able to introduce a technology that actually makes that go away, I think is pretty exciting. And you can put any sort of air fresheners you like. They don't get rid of that smell. When you close the doors and come back 2 or 3 hours later, and you open it up and you've got that mould wafting around, not good.
Particularly on rooms that you don't use. 20% of our stock has gone in the very short time, and I can tell you that we normally have, in comparison to what we order, we've really lost a lot of stock. 42551, this is the Vital of Sweden. It's the indoor purification system. It's only $499 or 5-part payments of $99.80, which is an investment, as we talk about, in your health. We do spend a lot of money. A lot of people have health insurance, or we spend a lot of money with time off work or sick kids at home where you've got to take the day off. Put it into something that is really going to be of benefit and may help, again, increase your indoor air quality, so much so that you will start to feel so healthy. And again, Rick, you talk about the different rooms. Obviously, we saw a little glimpse before, but let's have a look at some of the rooms that you can use it in. Talk us through this.
This is in a lounge room. I think the key with this technology is you can place it anywhere. You may recall that in the Hyper days we recommended you put it up high. This product you can put on the floor, you can put on the sink, you can put anywhere pretty much that you feel it's comfortable. Here we've got it in the kitchen. The nice thing is, if you look at it there in the laundry, it doesn't detract from anything else around you. It's small enough that it doesn't take up a lot of space, and aside from the fact that it's an attractive looking device,